Basically about to get it in, man. We gonna get this information slapping. He over there, he like, yep, he gonna terrorize everything. All right, so first and foremost, I want people to know that you really tap into a lot of different things. I know for one being numerology. That's real heavy. How did you get into numerology first?
I don't know. I've kind of always been fascinated with numbers. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was real big into math as a kid, and then as far as just when you start seeing how numbers play out, like things we're not really taught, like as far as like with certain numbers correspond to certain entities or things like that. Like we use three, for example, the Holy Trinity.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And in church and stuff like that, you're taught Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit make up the Holy Trinity.
Gotcha.
You know, that's your God. That's your God body, for example. And then like certain words and numbers just have different things attached to them. So it's just, and as far as dealing with numerology, when you start really getting into it, like doing like your birth dates and stuff like that, it can help you understand certain things and certain life lessons along the way.
All right, so now, and I'm gonna pause you right there. Now with me, I like numbers like a motherfucker. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? And speaking of lying, like you know how they say numbers don't lie. Numbers do not lie. You understand what I'm saying? No matter how many times you add 1 + 1, it's gonna equal 2, regardless, right? Okay. So when we get into that, when we're dealing with numbers, and I know you're familiar with the thing that I did with the nines. And then, like, when I was digging, I kept on digging. I'm like, damn, like, this shit really is blowing my mind. Because that number 9 never is not talking about the number 9. The number 9 is, like, one of the most highest numbers. And I know this just by filling it with it and making sure everything was, like, lined up. But now when we deal with what do they call the math when they deal with numbers? They call it arithmetic, right? Right. So they're dealing with arithmetic, meaning, you know what I mean, like a rhythm of things and how things go, like a pattern. So if you stay true to that pattern is never going to be wrong. It's always going to stay accurate, you know, going back to the thing which means numbers don't lie.
Yeah, like with your math formula, I mean, as long as you follow the formula, you should always get the answer you see.
Right. Now, do you think that it's important to get into the numerology?
I would say I definitely think everybody should get into numerology. If not, at least contact a numerologist if you know one. Or like it's a book that I've been reading, Numerology and the Divine Triangle.
Let me get that real quick. And the Divine. Oh, okay, we got it.
Yeah, that's a lot of good information in that. I would just say I suggest everybody definitely go get that book and just you know, draw out your square and look at the numbers and your life lessons along the way. It's very informative.
Okay, I got you.
For that bottle here.
Yeah. Oh no, you good. So I appreciate everybody who tapped in right now. My man just now got this right here. And speaking of my nines, man, when I was looking at this book, they got a whole bunch of nines on here. You feel me? Or the properties of the number 9. So I kind of like took this to the thing. I spoke to a number on the scale on all kids' birthdays. Zodiac is right about everything. Okay. Yeah, so we got a couple people tapped in with the numerology thing and whatnot. But so now when dealing with because you dig into a lot of things, man.
I mean, well, you know, I spent a lot of time on the water. You know what I'm saying? Been in the Navy, so
yeah,
a lot of time to myself. You know, at night in my rack, read books or in rack. You know, sitting in that hot box with nothing to do but read. You know what I mean? So
right. So one thing that I do notice that you touched down on, and that's basically dealing with the and this is probably going to be kind of like hard for people to understand or people to really try to grasp the idea because we've been taught different since we were kids, since we were young, probably even up to adults. But I noticed that you stand firm on your block in saying that a lot of people did not migrate from Africa, and we're talking about melanated people. Let me have you expound on that if you or if you want to elaborate on that just a little bit, just scratching the surface
just scratching the surface. Out of Africa theory is a theory.
Okay.
I'm not going to get into the the Africans came over here long time ago. I mean, Africans were selling across the world.
Okay.
A lot of people were selling across the world before the so-called Christopher Columbus.
Got you. Said so-called.
But my thing is, if you believe in the theory of evolution that's been presented to us, they say life started up out of the water.
Okay.
70% water.
Right.
And so why, couldn't life start simultaneously all over the planet? You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
All over the planet. I mean, they told us in school that the pyramids in Egypt and stuff are the oldest, but they never mind the pyramids and stuff that are all over here and things like that. Now, as far as going into the different theories of where all man came from, we can get into that. But as far as us being brought over here via slave ships,
okay,
like that's one of the fairy tales that we got to get out of.
Okay, now, and I'm gonna pause you right there because a lot of people probably
mad.
See, that's what I'm saying, because we were taught a lot of different things in school. You understand what I'm saying? So I want you to give a reason why it's important for us to understand that we may have not come from Africa on slave ships. So why is it important for the people to obtain that information?
It's important for people to, because everything is about land. Mm-hmm. God, oil, and drugs. I mean, it's a gun, oil, and drugs. God we trust.
That's right.
Everything is about land and control, love. Therefore, and if you think about it, the African. Let's just get to the term African.
Okay.
Like, people from that continent don't refer to themselves as African.
Right.
The only people that call themselves Africans, or only dark-skinned people that call themselves Africans, are, excuse my language, but niggas in America.
Okay.
We the only niggas that do that. The only ones. I've been around the world. And there's the Negro. And when I say Negro, I mean phenotype.
Oh, I got it.
See what I mean?
Yeah.
Negro, Mongoloid, Caucasoid, not racial term, just phenotype, as far as scientists have explained them to us. Now, when it comes to the slavery, let's start with the story of Christopher Columbus.
Okay.
Supposedly, Christopher Columbus sailed over here, leaving April 16th in 1492 and arrived here in October.
Okay.
Just thinking logically, that's during hurricane season.
I'll follow you. Go ahead. I got you.
Okay. Well, that's why he was lost and landed in Hispaniola, which is what we now call the Dominican Republic in Haiti today. Come here.
No, he good. He good. As long as he don't grab it.
So when he sailed over here, he snatched Indians, or he came over here, thought he was selling over to India.
Okay.
Mind you, back in the area that we now call India was called Hindustan. And Bharat, I think, but it was Hindustan.
Okay.
That's why most Indians, they call them Hindus, based on religion or things like that.
Right.
It's a cultural thing. The story they told us is he landed here, thought he was in India, so he called us Indians. That don't make sense.